Welcome to your March 16th Power Hour meeting with Katelyn, Carly, and Clare Fulton. We were off for a week at conference. So I heard it was you and Nelson running the show last week. How was that?
Terrible. It's great. I had a lot of people reach out to me, but they say they wanted you back on camera, but I said,
All right. Well, here you go.
We can make room.
Did you have anything planned, or you just came up?
no.
That's good.
That's
That's good. Because wingman. Yeah, I don't think so either. He knows too much. Well, you guys were both missed at conference. Everyone was asking, where's Claire? Where's Nelson? Why aren't you guys coming to conference? I don't know.
I think they'll be in Halifax.
The next one is in Halifax. So if you are thinking about going, now's the time to start saving. It was a great conference, I thought.
I think it was one of my favorites. I know we try to encourage you guys all the time to come, and everyone has FOMO, and then when it comes down to like booking the trip, people back out of it. But if you guys have been thinking about expanding your network of referral partners, it's a really good time. It's a nice opportunity to travel, but you get to meet lots of agents from all over the country. So when you guys are asking us for referral partners in different parts of the country, usually we have met them in person at a conference setting. So we're usually not giving you guys people that we just found on the internet. They are people we've interacted with and got to know, and you get to see who the Centurions are and who the producers are as well. So
we got the question, are the Fulton sisters going to take all the leads? If I go to conference, do we get all the leads? And I don't think that's true. Mo, did you find your own people at conference? Or?
Yeah. You
Right.
find your own people, right? So I always find Mo was part of the First Timers event too, which I think that's where I met a lot of our network. We're also part of the First Timers event, and there's usually, I think this year we had about 60 people in that room. So there's 60 people that have never been to a conference before, and then they all get to network. And then if they keep going to the conferences year after year, they slowly become each other's connections. So you build your own friendships.
I witnessed an interaction at the Centurion event, I think. Mo's had met somebody, I think, from Calgary. And immediately he was like, here's my card. I'm looking for someone to sell my grandma's condo or something in Toronto. And it was like within 10 seconds that you got that information, right?
So that just paid for your conference right there. Maybe.
It's good. But yeah, the format, they did a lot of awards. I don't know if people were complaining about not being recognized or if it was their 50th, but they had an awards brunch, a Centurion reception, and pretty much the first half of the first day was all global Canada awards. It was a little too award heavy, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe the agents liked it. Maybe in smaller markets as well, they didn't get that recognition as well. It had been a month and a half or a year and a half since the last conference. So maybe it was a long time. That was my only feedback.
Plus, they're not doing the awards around the country this year, so I don't know if they're making up for the lack of events, but yeah, they definitely did a lot of awards events there.
The other thing I learned is, the rest of the provinces their market's totally different than ours, and I have some stats from Korea to show us that. Ontario is really struggling, and it's not a secret, everybody knows, and we had this crazy hot market. So for a while, we were like the one with big egos, and now we're the ones down, and everyone else is kind of cruising, and it's sort of like our time. Our fault. Like our egos are so big.
Saskatchewan is up.
Most people.
Even just talking to like small towns like Peterborough, they were up 10% compared to last year, and they're just like an hour away from us. So like little tiny markets of Ontario are even doing a lot better than we are.
Yeah.
So.
I learned too that the Toronto agents, like you guys really have a hard time because there's so many of you. To get market share in our area is quite challenging versus these smaller markets where they've got more market share but less agents. So they just generally have a different business, and it is challenging for you guys in the GTA because of so many agents and your competition, and it's tough to get that market share. We heard a story of girl named Christy. She's from Kenora. Do you guys know where Kenora is? It's in Ontario. So if you didn't have a map and you thought it was Ontario, you could probably serve Kenora. So her market's very small. It's pretty much Winnipeg if you look on the map. It is Ontario, but it's right beside Winnipeg. She had a Toronto agent buy a house in Kenora and flew there for their showings, for their buyer visits, for the inspection. They did 4 flights. The property value itself is only like $350,000. So this guy flew like 5 times to sell this house in the Kenora
Just to make a few
market, just because it was in Ontario. I don't know why, but like we don't recommend that. Like it's a lot of energy.
Whereas you could just make your 25% and pass it off to an agent.
It's probably negative money at that point. I don't know. I Google it. They're not
enough to fly.
First question here is he a happily married man?
He must not be. It's a vacation, right? It's just funny, but anything that we'll do to get a deal.
Yeah.
You can refer those things, I think, right? But anyways, it's fun. We'll go over I got some notes about the AI stuff. You probably do too, Kate.
And
A little bit of Korea. So maybe as we slow through the meeting, we'll go through some of that.
Yes, but
Yeah, it was a good conference, and they'll be in Halifax next year, September, so you can start planning for
Yeah,
that.
they've got a few events actually. This September, the 2026, they're doing another Jays game. So hopefully you guys, I don't know when they'll release the tickets, but they did it this year as well.
I
So,
heard it was going to be April, May. They're going to release that, so pay
Yeah.
attention for that.
so that one's September 27th, I think. And then they're also doing something new for the top agents, which is going to be in Niagara on the Lake. I don't remember what month they said for that.
September.
It's also September.
Yeah.
So in September, they're also doing a top agents event. I don't know what qualifies the top agents, but I don't know if it's Centurions or all award winners, but we'll keep an eye out for that as well. So they're doing a lot of stuff.
That's good.
So Moise, did you have a good time? You see he's nodding. Are you still recovering or are you recovered?
Yeah, it is a lot. It's very much back to back. You're in your hotel room for maybe 30 minutes the entire week because it's like conference, networking, lunch, team dinners, event, wake up in the morning. Like
Also
it's
3
very
hours
good.
behind, and we had daylight savings time the day before, so that was like a shift because you're back 3 and then another had an hour, and then it's
We're a little tired.
yeah.
But it's good for your soul.
And what did they? Was there any theme on what the training was doing, like what the breakout sessions or the training or something? Was there any type of?
They did a lot of AI, but I found this year they actually had more agents speaking, which was nice. So not as they had some sponsored talks, which they've done over the years, but they actually did have a lot of agents from all over doing like door knocking. I think there was one on referrals,
Email campaigns.
email campaigns. So it was more agents telling other agents what they're doing that works, which was different this year than most.
My only confusing thing was Brentwood.
Yeah, so they had a kid first day.
I don't know who he is.
Well, I feel he is, but I just don't understand why he was there.
I think they were getting some feedback. They wanted something non-real estate, fun, lighthearted, so they tried to hire like a local comedian.
It didn't hit.
I don't know if the joke
Didn't hit it. A lot of people were thinking, did he really like?
We heard some people loved it. Yeah. Corner gas. Yeah.
A lot of people were confused.
to buy what real estate typically.
I think the timing was confusing because we went from awards right into this comedian. So there was like,
And we hadn't
I don't know what
done
the day.
anything. Yeah.
Is he
Yeah.
funny in person or find him, or maybe the same character on TV, right?
I don't even know the
I don't
show.
know.
We didn't connect to
Claire didn't let us watch TV as children, so we didn't watch.
We don't know what pop culture.
So we don't know those jokes. Simpsons.
Well, Mike Ferry.
Yeah, exactly.
We know about him.
You know what business sign he went to?
The other guy, before Mike Ferry,
Floyd Wickman.
Oh, yeah.
Were they the pig? What would the
Sweat Hogs.
Sweat Hogs?
Yeah, that's one thing they didn't have was a real estate coach this
I
year.
had a comedian years ago. I think it was in Kelowna. Guy named Nut. Last name was Nut. Rob Nut or Bob Nut or something there. And they're doing the announcement. They're doing awards. They're praying for Central 21, Chrissy Fulton, Central on United, Central on, and the guy, comedian says, why do Central on? I'm pretty sure there's no Remax guys in this office. And there's the keep on saying Central 21, Percival, everything. Just say Percy Fulton or United. Like, there's no other group there.
They had to use up the 2 hours they were allowed.
It was a funny guy.
I feel bad. As an event planner, it's hard for them to get everything right because had they had a real estate coach, then you're going to get that feedback. Oh, we always say real estate coaches. And so it's hard to win.
I don't know. I think they did. This was a better year for their stuff, though. They had a really great tech. The whole screen was from like wall to wall, like really cool technology.
100 feet of tech, the only contact center in all of Vancouver with that much
It
screen.
was a really cool
beautiful.
screen.
It's like the new cars nowadays. You get in the car, it's a big screen, man.
So I would say the presentation was good.
I really like you, Gary.
Yeah, so you, Gary, and Martin, the founders of Central 21, sat down. I guess father, son. They did an interview. I think he's in his 80s, but they pre-recorded the story of how Central 21 came because it was the 50th anniversary. But they weren't sure how you, Gary's health was going to be. So they pre-recorded it, but then they had them live on stage just in case he was feeling well, and he was. So their whole family was there, like all his other kids and nephews and
Even the international word.
Yeah, they brought in
Japan.
Japan, brought in Central America agents as well. So
yeah, it was cool. Mike Meadler, the U.S. CEO, was there.
So it's their 50th, and then I think it's our 50th.
Our 50th is next year.
So we're just 1 year behind.
That's why we're all going to Halifax.
Yeah. That's good. It's a bit of a strategy, even for us. You know, it's our brokerage strategy to go and have good PR. We want every agent that interacts with the Percy Fulton agent to have good things to say, and it's part of our strategy when we go to a conference.
Because we're the ones who party the late.
Sorry.
So there's some party animals.
Oh, we were with them. We were with them.
I think there's some OGs before us.
Yeah.
Partied harder.
Even Brad Miller was there too. Came out with us one night.
Brad?
Yeah. Brad Miller's the #1 team in the world from Oakville, so he hasn't been in a few years.
Chiv's not here, but he came, and it was his first conference in 25 years or something. So it was good. He got to celebrate his #1 status for sure.
Number one.
1-6 in the world.
Oh, he thought he number one. He got one.
He's #1. You know exactly.
He's number one to us.
Exactly. But what did we miss? Did you guys run any open houses this past weekend?
Parties.
Being met full of city.
Enough for work.
I can see that in the sack.
Y'all relax.
All chill.
That makes sense. That's show exactly that. No.
Oh, you found it.
Claire found it. Yeah. Yeah. I didn't see a ton of open house signs actually.
So things are dying down.
I think it's kind of funny that people are blaming the weather too, because we did have more snow. But
I'm blaming a lot of things.
I don't think it's that. But
It's March break too.
in Ramadan,
But this one,
yeah, we're in it right now.
So we have
this
our
has been one heck of a month, man. Holy crap. So we got Ramadan, which is over in the 19th or the 20th. I'm not sure which. Depends when the crescent moon's viewed, right? We got, what else we got? Chinese New Year's. Great announcement. Chinese New Year's was kicking around. We had Eid and we had, we had Lent and,
World Cup coming up. Black Friday.
the best one is on Wednesday though.
It's tomorrow, St. Patrick's Day.
More reason to
It's our culture.
It's our culture. It's our tradition. Our eating chocolate.
Our heritage.
Drinking beer.
Yeah.
Our heritage.
That's why we're wearing green today.
Yep.
So is that why there wasn't too many open houses, you think, this weekend? The weather. I guess the weather, eh? Weather was just comparable. We had a little gust of wind. The wind was yesterday. It's supposed to be rain today. I haven't seen any wind yet.
For some reason, I don't think it's the weather.
No?
I
No.
feel like people just aren't.
No. Like Katelyn talking a little bit about like the different generations and what they're paying attention to. And he was saying the baby boomers are paying attention to Trump and the wars and that stuff. And the younger generation is paying attention to if they can afford to buy lunch the next day or if they can afford to buy a house. They're more about their job security and more about them as a person immediately
Stressed
versus
by it.
the bigger picture of what's happening in the world. I don't know.
I can't believe
Yeah, there's so much.
I can't believe what's going on down there.
I know. Yeah, no, it's crazy. Mm-hmm. All right.
But now you ask yourself, well, is it worth the drive? I'm gonna go spend $1.70 a liter. That's for a regular unleaded. God forbid these guys with the fancy schmancy cars spending $1.90, $2 super unleaded or deep or something. Only to go show a hire kicker, this is already under contract with somebody. He called you.
Yeah, you know.
True. Well, do you want to jump right into stats? Or
Yeah, we're gonna keep stats.
Stats of the market. Let's talk about the market first, I guess, right? So we had a bunch of multiple offers there. I know that somebody sort of got me up to speed on offers. We're getting offers for the prices are what, 600 again, 6, 7, 800, $900,000 range of the prices.
big demand there.
And there's a pattern that we see, and the number one pattern would be, I don't know, sure, Nelson, you did this. How many multiple offers have been done yet? And the agent the client that won never gives the deposit check.
I know of 2 in my head.
There's been a couple already.
They just
right?
didn't show up at all.
Yeah, no deposit.
During the boom in the 22s too, right? So if you're going to be a buying agent and you're competing against 20 or 30 other offers, you want to take a copy of your bank draft or something there and give that with your offer. You show, hey, I got the bank draft here. You might give it a little advantage over somebody else.
You're like, I'll deliver it tonight. Yeah.
Right? So tell me, if you're the listing agent, you want to talk to the winning agent, what do you do with the deposit check? It got the money, you got this, what's going on? So address it, right? Like some of these guys are with the
Tangerine or
Tangerine or the online banks. They can't get the money right away. Some guys have been looking forever and they find what's wrong with that property. I won.
it happens
Yeah.
fast.
Right?
In your listing agent, pay attention to the people bringing you the offer. Listen, look at the agent bringing the offer, look at his buyer, and you can almost tell if this is going anywhere or not.
The other question I've been getting,
Challenge getting the deposit is going to be good. A challenge getting everything done in a timely manner. And then you pray to God in 60 or 90 days that they don't get caught for the fraudulent documents they provided for
Yeah.
And it's, you know,
I'm not sure if that's going on.
the edge of your seat.
I'm not sure that's going on like I know that's going on. You know?
We had an agent that sold their house, and this is always like a weird situation where the buyer, they got their accepted offer, then they have 24 hours, not business days, to get the deposited, but they wanted the home inspection booked, but they hadn't delivered the deposit. And she's like, well, what do I say? I'm like, I know it's a weird thing, but like, why can't they deliver the deposit? They have Friday and Saturday. They have both days. They said that they were busy. And I said, well, tell them they can't book their inspection until the deposit comes in. But then you also don't want to be the bad guy either in a buyer's market, because you don't want to scare them and then piss everyone off and then no deposit comes. But
I got that question twice. So is the deposit 24-hour banking hours or calendar hours?
on the agreement.
It says right there, upon acceptance, 24 hours.
Yeah.
Hours.
I mean, you have to do a draft or whatever. You give them a check.
You still have to produce.
How can you do it? It's difficult. Banks, a lot of them are closed on weekend.
Guys, the banks are open on Saturday.
Saturday mornings, it's 24. Yes, they
Yes,
are.
they are.
Banks are open on Saturday morning. Not all, but most in our urban GTA area. Most are open on Saturdays.
Tangerine.
Unless you're tangerine.
Well, that's what I mean.
Anyways, I'm not arguing about what it says on the offer, because it says 24 hours. So if you can't
If you
produce
can't get it in 24 hours,
then
then change the date.
So let's talk what I just said. Okay, you're going to talk to the client, say, where's the money coming from? It's coming from Tangerine. Okay, well, it can't be 24 hours. Let's make it 40 hours.
3 days.
and you change
I
it.
just changed the offer.
If you already know it's going to be a problem, if you're a buying agent, same thing. You know it's going to be a problem, and you change the, you don't put 24 hours. Just so you know, on our Schedule B, it says very clearly that all deposits are these certified checks. So even though you say you can give them any check, you can't, because our Schedule B says it has to be certified.
Or a draft.
Or a draft.
Same thing.
All right?
Yeah.
So we can't just give them a check, right?
Remember, we used to have to check once acceptance of the offer. We were not even given the copy of the offer to acceptance with the other agent unless we get a check from them.
Correct. The rules used to be you can't register an offer without a copy of the check.
Oh, really?
We should bring that back.
Let's bring that. Yeah, let's bring that back.
Right? Those are the good old days. But here's what this one in particular. This is from someone from the office there. So this home received 30 offers last week. It still ended up selling conditional and financing. I'm seeing that too. Even though there's 30 offers, and I see another one at 8 offers, 10 offers, they're still being sold conditional and financing.
Yeah.
It tells me, and this particular one is listed for $515. So you've got 30 offers. I would bet you 29 of those offers are at $515 or less.
Yeah.
So if you're a buying agent and you hear, well, I don't want to compete, there's 30 offers. You're not competing.
Yeah, sure.
It's true.
Right? So after 30 offers, conditional and financing, guess what happens?
DFT.
Deal falls through.
Wow.
All right? So it's back on the market. Guess what's back on the market at? $515. That's what the instructions are.
There's a nice bungalow with a garage and a basement apartment in a nice Whitby location. I think it's right downtown Whitby or something around there. Good area, good lot. Everything is positive about it. Should have been listed at $699 with an offer date, but they put it out at $515. These are Richmond Hill agents that.
So they relisted it at that original price.
Anyway, so on the offer, broker remarks, today's March the what?
16.
March 16th, okay? It still says on there that offers will be presented on March the 5th.
Oh.
So somebody needs to do that on purpose and say that, hey, we did it March the 5th.
They're not hiding.
It didn't happen. Maybe they're doing it on purpose. I don't know, but it still hasn't been up.
Could they not have gone back to the 29 other offers? There must have been at least one other close enough.
I don't know. And I think what happens...
You should keep this in your pile. It's going to come up every
What
year.
happens, I think most of the offers are probably within, what'd you say, 699, 700? What's the property worth? 700,000?
Between 6, 7, and maybe up.
So I think they probably got an offer for 750 or 725, but the winning offer was probably 800 or so, stupid number, and that's why it didn't. That's why it got accepted, and that's why it didn't.
They always called me back and told me they'll take 750.
All right, I'll take some souls.
So they may have got 750.
Oh, weird.
I offered 900 verbal.
Oh,
I offered 900.
verbally. Yeah.
It's having fun.
Well, so while we're on that topic, you're one of those. So he's saying, this guy, Eli's saying he offered 900 verbally. That's right. But you know what else? Did you say
Did I
that?
try to wait for you to get that on paper too?
Well, he was trying to encourage me. Tell me when I get it.
Oh my God.
Can you guarantee it? That's the script. Can you guarantee it?
Right.
Hey, but did you see the AI app called Homey that sent 100 lowball offers to listings in Toronto? That's right up your alley. They had an AI system prepare and legally do offers, and they lowballed 100 offers all at once in like 1 minute.
Yeah, that's been done in the past. That's not something.
He thought that's how you had to manually do it. The new thing is that AI did it.
So in the old days, look at the old guys here. The old days, there's these seminars going around saying you can get cheap properties, and they're telling the buyers to offer stupid prices on stuff. You never know. You throw enough mud against the wall, something's going to stick. So they just give you these crappy offers, no showing, nothing. Then they just throw it to the opposite. Now AI's doing it.
So nothing new. You know, we had a party on the weekend, and I had somebody say, "I love your meetings. I watch them every week." And these are clients telling us this. And he says he watches them for you to watch your face. And
When we talk.
when we say stuff like that, and you say that's been done already before.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
So you've got a fan base of that stuff.
No, people think they reinvent the wheel, right?
No, it didn't exactly. All it did was make an app and made it easier. They thought they still didn't win anything. So funny.
Stats.
Sure.
Okay, so before stats, were you going to talk about this stuff?
I was going to. It doesn't. You can if you want.
Let's do. That's the stuff they like online.
I don't.
So we got to read the article.
I have it printed too, but
They came out today for the CPI, the house index, came out 1.8.
okay.
So it was this morning. Wednesday, we're going to announce the interest rates. Interest rates right now are what, 2.25 overnight rate, 2.25. So what do you guys think? You think that 2.25 is going to change?
I wouldn't. They should ask for more money.
So what I'm reading about the CPI is just so you know, they're trying to get it below 2%. They finally got it to 1.8. The reason why it's 1.8 last time was 2.4, I think. The federal government gave a GST break on for restaurants and for clothing and for kids' foods and stuff like that. It's Christmas time. So that sort of knocked things down, and they took it off, knocks things up, and now it's going back to normal again. So it's 1.8.
We have 80,000 unemployment.
So the good news is there's 43 million people in Canada working.
Where?
Anyways, the unemployment rate with 6%. All right,
6.9,
0.9%, wherever it was, right? But they're also saying here that the cost of gas, because of what our friends are doing down south, the cost of gas is going to be up, and they're suspecting that CPI might be 3% next time.
Oof.
So based on that, I don't think the interest rate's going to change well. Thank you.
It should go down.
Well, we want it to go down. Everybody wants it to go down to make it more affordable for everybody, right? But the economy just doesn't want to do that. The next announcement won't be till April 20th, and we'll see what happens for that.
Couldn't ship the code back good here.
I wanted to, but you guys changed my mind when we threw that thing up there. That was their sugar coated. So sales so far for the March 15th. Everybody remember the significance of March 15th?
Yeah.
In the old days, anybody went to school when I went to school?
Well, I thought was going to talk about that's the COVID lockdown.
COVID lockdown started this
COVID lockdown,
isn't it?
2020.
No, was it the Eyes of March?
Oh.
Okay. No?
Wait,
No?
that's COVID.
Anybody? No? You wear the Eyes of March?
No, it's not scary though. Let's me.
Okay, never mind.
Well, now we want to.
Well, you just check it up. You
Okay.
can Google it.
The eyes of March. Someone Google it.
21,244 active listens, so we're actually starting to creep up. So they were around 19, well, started 17,019. Now it went down a little bit last week, and now it's back up to 21,200, 11,500 freeholds, 9,800 condos. Vacancy is still around 37% of those properties are vacant. It tells me that there's a lot of sellers out there that want to.
I don't like that you looked that up.
I didn't look it up.
The symbol of betrayal and impending doom is the Ides of March.
And he was trying to sugarcoat it.
That's not.
It's a Bible story.
Oh.
Vacants 37%. Sales themselves so far for about 2,200. So sales from this March from sales last March are about the same. About 2,200 sales last March as well. Freeholds are up about 3%. Condos only down about 4% from March of last year, first 15 days. So there is something settling down a little bit there. Sales over 101 or sales over asking. About 20% of the properties are selling for over asking. 24% of freeholds are going for asking. That's almost a quarter. And condos themselves 13%. We know that. So it is working 24% of the time when you low price try to generate offers. So it does work all the time, but it does work in some cases. Daily is 140, almost 150 per day. If we extrapolate, the sales are going to come in around 4,600 for the month. And last year we had about 4,800, I think, for the entire month. So 46 is coming around the same. It's still less than 5,000, but it's more than 4,000. Good. February sales are actually up 19% from February sales first 15 days. Leases, about 19,266 leases. 8,400 are freeholds. 10,000 are condos. Vacant, almost 60% of all properties being listed for rent right now are vacant. And leases themselves are actually up 5% from last March, and they're actually up 28% from last February. Here's the sad part here, unfortunately. So far this month we have 4,531 leases sold. And we only have 2,241 sales. So the leases are double first time the sales, right? First time in a long time. So what's going on? You guys tell me. Why is there twice as many listings as there are leases rather than sales?
Because our tenants could figure it out finally that they could go and live in a place, pay for 6 months, and stay for 3 years. Okay.
Do we turn this corner off?
What I was going to say is actually rents are becoming more affordable. I think the actual rent price is going down and down, especially against the mortgage. But even overall, we're still not pre-pandemic rents, but we are definitely down from about that same time in terms of rents all across Canada. So not just Ontario, all provinces is down. Ontario probably is a little bit of the outlier where there's some areas that are going a lot further down, about 4.7%. But rents all over Canada have declined on an annual basis for 17 consecutive months. So I think it's just more affordable in general. And compared to paying a mortgage.
Like if people don't have their deposits or not enough for land transfer tax, all that stuff, like renting is just a simple solution.
Being offered.
Yeah. Well, we saw something crazy on the drive here. There's like the rental buildings. They're offering like 150,000 aeroplan points to whoever rents. And like, that's like a light
Phone
right there.
by Yorkdale. There's no balconies or anything. It's all purpose-built rentals. They're doing aeroplan points. I think they're doing Cleveland Clinic.
It's like a giant sign on it too.
You're not reducing your rent.
No,
But they'll offer you
150,000 aeroplan points. I'm also reading though that wages have increased. Like if you've noticed, our minimum wage goes up every single year. So wages are increasing, but rents are decreasing. So again, it's sort of helping that affordability mark, which is not a bad thing. I think that actually is a good thing for young people in Canada.
Some are getting 2 months free.
Yeah.
Moist.
Yeah, I don't know. I have some people that like they invest in the stock market too. They have down payment. They're renting. They're like, we just don't see the value in buying a condo right now. You pay condo fees, pay your mortgage, with most of it goes to interest anyways.
Yep.
They're getting good returns in the stock market, so they're like, why do I do this?
They're not seeing the long term of it anymore.
The appreciation, when's it going to go up? It's like, I don't know.
It's fair.
Yep. I think there's other opportunities.
When the landlord tells them he wants to sell, they need to move, and they're doing this every year, 2 years.
But yeah, I think they're used to it. They've been doing this already, right?
They don't care to be somewhere for 15 years.
Not selling that quickly because they're all
Nowhere to shit, right? There's a lot of lucky people that I see on social media that encourage you to rent versus buying. You know, again.
So then it's like,
I just think,
like, is it worth buying it no or no, or is it not?
And I think people are,
Yes.
Yeah, but like, how do I portray that without just being like, yes?
well, you also can't guarantee their job security. They don't know for sure if they're going to have a job right now or in 6 months. And they're worried that if they commit to a mortgage and they've lost their job, at least at rent, it's only 1 year rent, they can get out of that. But you're tied to a mortgage, that's way harder, right? So I think people are still worried about job security. There's opportunities to earn money outside of real estate now where there wasn't before. There's tons of stuff young people can do. I'm seeing other small businesses like laundromats. You saw it in the WhatsApp group. People are looking for laundromats because it's a coin-based cash business. There's other opportunities, I think, for income, unfortunately.
So how do you overcome that, Moise? So it's a real problem.
It is a problem,
Like, if you're a young person or a buyer out there and you're reading the newspapers are talking about how the sales are down and new construction is down and people are losing money. Like media loves bad.
Yeah. I even have a stat right here. It says research showing consuming just 14 minutes of negative news is enough to trigger a survival-based negativity bias in the brain, which leads to stress and not buying a house and anxiety and depression and all that thing, right? This is all over our world right now.
So someone here is talking about maybe we need to have first-time home buyer seminar. So if you're going to do a first-time home buyer seminar yourself even, what would be the pitch? What would be the pitch to convert them from rentals?
The man's gained.
That's your it's all about opportunity, timing. This is the time where
buyers are going to get great deals up there. There's a whole ton of them to be had.
Do the other quote by Warren Buffett, buy when read.
You know, one guy's going to lose, the other smart people are going to gain. And you look at the homes in Barry Cohen, what he's selling down there, that area, and Keeley Heaps or whatever, like look at what they're selling, man. Multi-million-dollar homes. They're flying. They're flying. Okay, these are people with money. They're getting these homes at probably a 30-35% discount. You know. So you got to target your
Maybe change the audience.
clientele should try and target people with a little bit of money and a little bit of a brain to say, this is a great opportunity to come in. This condo was selling for $900, you know, only 3 years ago, 4 years ago, I'm picking it up for $600.
Microphone.
There's your correction. You know, will they go down a little bit? Possibly. Is it going to go down 40%? Highly unlikely, right? And you lose when you sell. There's no guarantees you're going to have your job, whether you own or you rent. There's no guarantee you're going to be alive next month. And you cannot live, right?
So Eli's going to run a
You need a place to live. You need to plant your roots, you know. Whether it's a condo, a house, you have to be able to present it and sell it. You know, I don't know. This doesn't work anymore because you don't know there's 500 people out there that will bullshit their way and pretend they know.
So when it comes to renting,
Sorry, I can't sugarcoat it, but not like coat it, but
Eli's running the next first-time homebuyer seminar.
Are we doing a training on how to run a
Yes. So actually, Elizabeth Anderson. Oh yeah.
oh my God, I upset James. James.
Yeah, and Elizabeth Anderson in April is going to be hosting a webinar for us on how to run first-time homebuyer webinars. So I think that she's one of our agents that has success with finding clients this way. So she's going to be teaching you guys. But
I was falling fair. I'm seeing a lot of big teams from Markham, from like York, North, whatever. You know, Leslie Benzick is one, and Daryl King is another. They're hosting these first-time buyer seminars. That's where the money is, the buyers, because they know it's a buyer's market now.
I think breaking it down like a spreadsheet and like having very visual, like seeing everything would be helpful. Like to see like, okay, like you look at if they're going to rent compared to if they're going to buy it and then break it down.
talk about mathematics.
They want to see the numbers.
I was going to ask you the question. You went to the Vancouver, so what did you learn from AI? Is this something that AI would do something for you?
Yes.
Or create the thing for you? So
Once you do it once,
and you could ask the question to it, saying, "Is it better to rent or to buy, or better to buy or better to rent?"
show me the numbers.
And I'm 29 years old. I think it depends on your age too, right? If you're 29, 30, 35 years old, that's going to be a different answer if you're 70, 75 years old.
Yep.
Oh,
All right.
so now this HST rebate officially kicked in, right? For a new home.
Yes, for new homes. Yeah.
So exactly how does that work? Like when you bought a new home, I wasn't much into selling new homes or buying or whatever. But when a buyer bought a new home from a builder, was he actually paying that HST, or was it because he's owner occupied, they were removing it or something, or I don't know.
It's included in.
The builders were paying the HST if they were moving into it.
So what's changed now?
Now they're going to redo, I guess, for assignments. That's where it's going to happen.
No. So what's going to happen now? Okay, so they're only talking about 5%, not
The GST
not
portion.
8%. They're talking about the GST portion, which is the federal portion of the HST. The federal portion is 5%. The provincial portion is 8%. So when a builder sells a house, they're selling a house for $1 million. The builder's paying the tax.
He's paying the taxes.
He's paying the taxes.
Okay.
So the government is hoping that builder, rather than offer $1 million, he's going to reduce it by $50 note. Wow. So it's in the hands of the builder to pass it on. So there is some shenanigans that could happen. I mean, it's $1 million, and I'm paying. They were paying the HST anyways, right? So they have the opportunity, but who knows? I mean, are they going to sell? Are they going to sell $1 million to you and $950 to this guy? He's a first-time buyer. You're not. How's that going to go? Right? Well, it's still good. I mean, it's still something to do, but it's
Still targeted the wrong area, though. It's targeted that new construction house, which is not a lot of that happening right now. There's nothing still for the resale part of that.
You go to a builder, you're going to get a hell of a lot more than 5% discount on a house.
I don't know. If you go to builders, I thought builders' prices were fixed. They'll go.
No. They're rolling out the red carpet.
Oh, I don't know.
I think the prices are staying the same. The incentives are being
The
added.
incentives, but the price still stays the same. They're giving
Free upgrades.
Upgrade. Let's see YB11.
It's all over social media. And I actually responded to one of the emails from an agent who's promoting that project. They got a handful, apparently they got a handful of deals that did before. It was 11 Yorkville. Okay, luxury condo downtown, whatever. They got a handful from the builder and they're offering them at drastically reduced prices. Okay, and now there's the difference. These are properties that didn't close. I don't know about, stuff that's current now or whatever, but these are properties that didn't close. And I know I've sold for a builder too some properties that were taken back at, greatly discounted prices to get them off the shelf. So there are really good deals out there if you have people with money and opportunities, point out.
I'll say one more thing, and then you guys go on. So remember I talked about all these condos, they couldn't sell them, so they're converting it to purpose-built rentals. And they're making them premium-built premium. So they're used to be condos, right? So they're going to be an upscale premium rental units, right? But now there's companies out there, and I'm surprised they're going to let this happen. The Americans stopped doing this. They're allowing, I guess they're going to allow, I don't know. It's a new asset class, and there's people out there, investors, who are now going to the builders, and they're buying blocks of condos.
Was that already happening here?
What they're doing here, they're buying houses outside of Toronto. They're buying houses in Kitchener, like institutional guys are buying like 300 houses at a time and turning in rentals. But now these guys are specifically looking for condominiums that didn't sell, buying 10 at a time, and are going to convert them to rentals. So this is what's going on right now. And this is what the Americans wanted to stop. They're saying the institutional guys are buying up all these affordable properties so the first-time buyers can't buy them. That was the problem. But this would be, I think, an answer for your first-time buyers there. I think they want to invest in the stock market or do this. These are guys here that are buying these condominiums for rental purposes. So there's got to be some validation to it. So other people are doing it, so we should be able to.
Yeah, if we know the rental market's going up.
Yeah, so obviously the builders are going to give them a discount, right? They're going to buy 10 at a time, and they're going to give them a discount to make it worth their while. But that's what's going on at the same pond.
Mm-hmm.
Ish.
Another idea, if you're looking to help people try to get into the market, there's a company called Housemates, HUSMATES. They're organizing meetups, almost like matchmaking for people that want to buy but can't afford to buy by themselves. So they're pairing people together in either groups of 2 or more groups who have interest to buy a property and actually live in this property together, but they're looking at housing that would be shared common spaces but separate bedrooms. So these are people that are also don't necessarily want to be lonely. So A, they can't afford to, but A, they don't also want to live by themselves. So we live in an age where birth rates are lower than ever. People are not getting married anymore. Very many people are choosing to be single by themselves, but they still want some sense of community and ownership. So this company, there's one happening at Parkdale, I think this weekend or something. They got about 200 people going where they're going to put them into like a speed dating style. They'll fill out a survey in terms of like what their budget is, what they're looking for, what their lifestyle is, how do they live, and they try to match you based on your survey and try to introduce you to somebody else who might want to buy a property with you, either as an investment or to live in an actual property together. So I think that's a good, interesting idea to help people out. People are doing it today. So the biggest obstacle is finding another trustworthy person who also wants to co-own, and they're trying to standardize that process for people to meet each other. So I don't think that's a bad idea. Many people that have a little bit of money or don't want a spouse, but they want to live with somebody. So
Maybe like a duplex or a triplex.
yeah. But they were even saying they had research that showed people wanted to like sleep separately, but they were okay to have like a common area, like a living room or a shared kitchen to help with the load of taking care of that.
So if you have a listing with the basement apartment and not getting any traction, could you maybe change your ad a little bit? Maybe you're looking for co-owners?
Do a social media post, do a little ad. Why not?
Or,
Still only separate reasons.
Buy half a house. Get people buy half a house each, and then
I've been trying to encourage like sisters, or like brothers, like family members, like if they're 2 single sisters or 2 single brothers, cousins, whatever, maybe they go in and they live together.
You have to have really good agreements of conflict, and if somebody wants to back out, what does that buyout process look like? So you've had to have good agreements too, right? You have to go to a lawyer to
There's a trend right now of single moms, and they're living with other single moms, and they're raising their like 4 or 5 kids together, but it's 2 moms in a household, and they prefer it that way versus having men in the home.
Yeah, so the world's changing. It's not as like black and white as it used to be, right? Like the corner over here was like,
yeah. Get rid of the men, and the women will take care of everything on their own. They get more done together. You could do it with the husband. The husbands can live separate.
The other trend I'm reading, and it kind of goes hand in hand with our younger generation as well, but because people are not able to sell the condos that they have already, a lot of people are turning to renovations and just renovating that space for now and not doing anything, recognizing that they're not going to be able to sell it. So renovations are going a little bit up right now. They actually have some stats that say about 15% more people are renovating right now, particularly in the 18 to 34-year-old age group. They're deciding not to do anything, not to upgrade. They're just going to stay in their current condo, renovate it. So lots of people are taking old condos, converting it to like an open concept kitchen, redoing floors, bathrooms. It can be a lot easier to do that in a condo. And it makes sense because we saw some stats from Korea. They did a talk. And part of our issue right now in our housing is if you got tons and tons of apartments. I'll show you this graph too, but tons and tons of apartments, tons and tons of single family houses. So you see these two bars, there's so much, but the in between is what they call the missing middle and what's been causing a lot of our housing shortage because there's nowhere to step up. So if you're in a condo, the next step naturally would be townhouse or a semi. There's not a lot of those available and they're still quite expensive. So that they don't want these. They want to go from a condo to a single family, but now there's this missing gap of affordability that they can't necessarily get there. So now they're just staying in their condos, and that's why nobody's moving because there's nowhere to go. And that goes with young people and older people who are trying to downsize the other way around too. So there's just like gap in the dwelling types that we have available in all of Canada, not just Toronto. It's just an interesting phenomenon. But yeah, people are renovating more, so that's why you're not seeing condo sales happening now. They're just going to stay in it. Even investors who can't sell are putting some effort into their space and putting tenants back into it as well because they know that they're not going to sell for close to what they're hoping to get. So that's just a trend that's happening right now too.
It's interesting.
I was mentioning earlier, I just have my Korea stats in front of me. He did a sort of buyer's market. If it was hot, cold, warm, basically Ontario was like super, super cold compared to the rest of the province. So I don't know. Can't see in colors. This is Ontario where you see this like crazy, this means cold, like buyer's market. The rest of Canada is in this like neutral sort of buyer sellers.
So it was BC. Probably
BC.
Yeah, BC is this good.
Right, the second coldest, this line right here. But then all of Canada, if you look at Canada, it's kind of neutral when it puts Ontario in that bucket. So it's just interesting to see what the rest of the provinces are doing. Should I talk about, were you going to talk about AI, Katie, or?
No.
Should I talk about that now? I guess so, yeah. So we did a good session by Ron O'Neill. I think you guys know Ron. We probably pushed this stuff on you before. Does anyone know? He used to be trainers.
I don't know if they would know, unless you go to a Century 21 event.
So he used to be trainer with Century 21. He now so specializes on AI. So his entire research is on AI, what's new and coming, how can we practically use it in the world of real estate. He did a really good session on how to be found by AI. And I talked about this last meeting too, where people are not just Googling you anymore. They're probably going to use ChatGPT, Perplexity, Gemini. They're using AI search-based source, not just like a Google, right? So if you want to be found while clients are searching for you in AI, he gave us some tips and tricks on what to do with your social profiles to make sure that you're showing up when searched by AI.
It's something I've never done. I've searched myself on Google, but I've never searched myself on AI.
And so our clients are now starting to do that. They're going to go to AI and say, show me the best real estate agent in Scarborough. And if you don't have data on your profile pages, on your websites, anywhere online, you're not going to come up in that search. Even though you might have had really good Google's SEO that you worked hard to get, you're not going to show up in AI because AI is not just like a database of data. They're using training knowledge. So they're using knowledge that you have yourself trained your AI. So that's going to stay in that database for other people to gather. It also uses live retrieval. So it's constantly scrubbing all the time, looking for live data, and it's looking to verify that data. So not only is it going to take that data it found, it wants to verify it against a Google Maps page or something more credible, maybe like the RICO website, something like that. So they're using those three things to maintain data. So for example, I'm sure
Maybe goes with those ones.
Yeah. Just want to give you some clear things too. There's so much information. So in your bio, so this could be your bio on your website, could be your bio on your Google Maps page, could be your bio on your actual website. So right now, if you have a Century 21 website, it'll say something generic like, I look forward to being your agent or something. Like it's something very generic across all of Canada. You want to make sure your bio says, I'm Clare Fulton and I'm ranked this in Scarborough, and have all your service area. So put all your locations, your years of business, anything that describes you, particularly in your bio on your own website. full name and brokerage name, because again, it wants to verify your data. It just doesn't want your fake data. It's actually going to verify it and make sure it's legit and true. So you can't lie about it. So years of service and your go-to service area. You may even want to have AI build some like answer pages, like some facts. So in Google Maps, there's a whole section of questions where you can like ask your own questions and provide your own answers. So that's a good way for you to control that information. And you can use AI to create those questions for you. You might want to do a website audit, again, not just of your bio, but look at your like tabs and look at what it includes and watch for text. Don't just have lots of pictures with no text. You want to make sure if you're servicing Pickering Ajax, it has those words spread out across your website in different areas, because that's how it's going to pick it up. And then he gave us some AI prompts. Did you have more on that kind of thing?
No, I got the email for his prompts.
Okay, so we'll probably send this out to everybody, because so when we say prompts, this is what you're going to put in AI to output the best information. So prompting is everything right now. It's not just like asking a generic question. What you prompt it is going to make sure you get the best information out of it. So these are, let me see, these are top 15 prompts used in real estate. So one was a listing description. So again, in your prompt, it'll say, write a compelling real estate listing description for a detached house in Pickering, highlight these top features, make it warm, polished, and persuasive. So instead of saying, write me a description for this house and the address, give it some information with the tone. Otherwise, you're going to go back and forth to try to get that tone that you want. And you're also, remember, training your own AI to get it to how you want it to look like. So it will remember how you prompt it. Social media could be create a short social media caption for a new listing at address, include a strong hook, local lifestyle appeal, and call to action. So don't assume it's going to do those things for you. Tell it that you want those things, right? There's open house, there's market, there's 15 different prompts I could give you. Even this one, give me a confident but non-pushy response to a client who says, and inserted objections.
There, you can get your objection handling from ChatGPT.
And then it can build out like your bio and things like that for your website too. So we'll send out some prompts too. The whole session was really good. I think he actually does a 6-week AI program. I don't know if that's something.
Would you guys be interested in that? I know we were talking about it. Would you guys want to do 6 weeks of AI training? Don't they get like a certificate at the
We're
end
doing like a
too?
survey to see how interest, because I know it's a lot of AI, but it's 6 weeks. I think it's once a week. It's virtual. So on AI, you get like a little certificate at the end, but he's going to show you practical ways to use it in your real estate business. Because we talk about AI as this big system thing all the time, but there's like actual nitty gritty ways that you can use it in your business to help. So
I'm not sure how he charges for it or how it is.
we'll find out.
We'll find out.
All my clients have been computer literate. So now they know.
The children will look at
The
it.
kids are going to
They're like, Eli's not on ChatGPT, Mom.
Trying out the smart,
Yeah. I mean, one simple way I used AI this weekend, Claire and I got an email with an upcoming court case. So we had a Zoom meeting and then the actual trial. And I wanted to get that into my calendar. And if you hit the Gemini button, like if you're using your Century 21 email, you have Gemini Pro. You hit the Gemini Pro button, it'll say, would you like me to add these to your calendar? And it summarizes it. And then you hit yes. And it's already connected to your Google Calendar. So it added it to our calendar with the right time, with the Zoom link and the password. Like before, I used to manually have to come out and add it. And I think you did the same thing because it prompted you to do it maybe.
Yeah. But I didn't sign up for it though. Did you sign up for it?
So with your Century 21 email, you already have Gemini Pro.
I might have been on that.
Yeah. So it just has like the little star and you just click on it. Sometimes it'll prompt you. Would you like me to add it to your calendar? And you would hit yes. But there's so many little tricks right now that are going to help you save, itty bitty bits of time throughout.
So we haven't talked about your web pages for a while, right?
Yeah.
We try to like insert it every 3 months or
Has
so.
anybody gone to the web page, looked at their own web page, Century 21 web page we're talking about? Moxie Works, everybody gone to it, right?
Make sure your photos updated, all
The
that.
reason why I say that is a lot of your web pages are going to look like the others,
The exact same.
okay? Because yours will be the same as somebody else except for the name. Now, the reason why I say that, and I could be wrong, but if I go to an AI program and I say, who's a good agent in Richmond Hill, what it does, and I could be wrong, but what it does, it searches the web page for people that advertise Richmond Hill.
Yes.
So if you haven't got Richmond Hill on your web page and you work Richmond Hill, it's not going to catch it. Do you follow me the same? So if you want to, so you need to have some descriptions, something on there in the web pages too. I'm thinking, am I right or wrong?
That's
No,
what
you're
they're saying.
Because how would AI know who's a good agent in Richmond Hill? It just searches the web page.
Same with your
And then-
Google business.
So then what AI will do or Google didn't do, AI is going to say, okay, I see Richmond Hill on their website. I also see reviews of clients who said, thanks for the house we bought in Richmond Hill. And it's going to validate that information. You're going to come up even higher now because it's verified it with the source. So all those things have to connect. So give your clients like keywords when they're doing reviews, because all that stuff connects together to get you up higher in the list.
It could also just be fake too, because you don't know, because I did one there and people showed up and I think, who's this person?
That's why
this person showed like the
so over time,
sale over the last 2 years showed up.
So over time, as it builds credibility, that information is going to change. It's going to train itself. It's not like Google where it's static and it's going to be just purely based on SEO. It's going to learn, and so you should tell it. You should actually challenge it when you see stuff like that. Be like, actually, that's weird. I don't think they did any sales this year, and you should try to train it. And it will help out our agents here too.
Us here. Never mind it, yeah.
But you almost have to call it out, right? Like that's how. Otherwise, it wouldn't know. Do you have anything, Kate? I mean, I can find stuff otherwise. I don't love reading these, but it's not terrible. It's homes that are selling the fastest in these 3 Greater Toronto areas. I only found it interesting because they included West Shore, Pickering as one of them, as well as Westney Heights and Ajax. I think it's because of price point. I think these are Toronto people that are coming out to the Durham areas for lower prices, but they're saying that these particular areas are selling houses in 12 or fewer days. I don't know if it's just generic because it could have been 5 houses that sold very quickly and now we're averaging these stats, right? But
the offer date, that's a big part.
yeah, but St. Clair West, West Shore Pickering, Westney Heights, Ajax were all the top. The lowest was Cachet and Markham, and Brampton and Humber Heights, Etobicoke. Oh, no. I just thought this was kind of a cute idea for my commercial people. I don't think we'll ever do this in Canada, but I saw it on Instagram. It looks kind of cool. There's places in South Asia, I think this is maybe a picture from Vietnam, where they've taken an old apartment building and they converted it to fully commercial. They're all little tiny cafes and restaurants. I just think it's the cutest thing. You go to this like 10-story building and every single thing is a little cafe. So you'd go get a little coffee, sit out on the balcony and look over the street. But wouldn't that be a cute way to repurpose our old condo buildings that nobody can live in? But why not make it like a little cafe or spot? There must be a reason why commercially we don't zone stuff like that. But
And then you still, it's called the side mall.
yeah,
Yeah, just in like a fun form.
now like up in the air instead of like across here. I don't know. I think it's a cute idea. I would totally go to one of these little cafes.
How do you pick?
Let's see. It's like tons of little. Some of them are duplicated. They have like 2 in thing. Because there's no space. You just go to the next one. FinTrack. I'll talk about FinTrack because I think I'm going to make it a goal to talk about FinTrack every single meeting because I think it'll help with our compliance if I let them know we talk about it every meeting. Right now we're going through we went through an audit already. That's like their own examination audit. Now I'm in our 2-year regular internal review period. And so you still may get some questions from me or Rosanna about FinTrack forms within deals done really recently. Like we're going to do a whole audit on the past 6 months. You should be pretty good at doing your forms already because we've been pretty strict about it. But if you get those questions, we do need those FinTrack forms on receipt of funds. We had a meeting 2 weeks ago on the app. I think that was pretty well received. We had hundreds of people join that call. I've had people still now watching the recordings.
Over 200.
Yeah, good. But if anyone used the app that didn't before that meeting, any feedback on it? Do we like it? It's not mandatory to use, but we're going that way. So you still have to do the form or the app. Some way we have to get it done. But I think the app was pretty easy to use and the meeting was well received. Nothing else on FinTrack other than that we're just in our internal audit right now. So I'm going to double check. Okay, so what Claire was going to say, we're not surprised. Did you guys record me saying this? I think it was June 2025. Your Supra digital lockboxes are here. They've been slowly hinting at this for a long time. They just recently changed your Broker Bay access to Supra, which is the same company that makes these lockboxes. So they're $125.
What?
These are digital lockboxes. Yeah, these are not your like mechanical.
That's really
Like an NVIDIA group.
Yes. $125. You must have a Super Access key to set it up. So this is your Broker Bay app, basically. They're doing some training on it. They're doing how to put it on your client's door. They have not made it mandatory yet. I will not be surprised if by the end of the year something like this was mandatory.
That's a lot to ask. Okay.
So the way it works is that Super took over Broker Bay, so that's called Super Q or Super R or something. So on our Broker Bay, you'll see the messages. When you guys log into your Treb, you're gonna see the Super message. You would have got the email. I got an email.
It came out
An
today.
email will tell you how to set up it all. And so when you book appointments there, it's going to say you want to book with, when it's a listing agent, you're going to tell us, is it a lockbox, is it Go Direct, or is it Supra? Once you know it's a Supra, and then somebody goes to book a thing that says Supra's available, that means they have to set up their own account on their, I don't know if it's an app or whatever it is, they're going to set up something on their end to be able to get the key on their phone to be able to show the property. So if you're showing properties, sorry, I didn't take it back. I'm looking around here, all the people are shaking their heads thinking I don't want to do this, blah, blah, blah. But if you're showing properties and somebody has set up a Super Lock, you will not be able to show that property unless you set up the app on your phone.
They'll send you the code, the one-time code. I've had it many times. And you got to pay $125 for the.
I don't know if I read the whole thing there, but if they send you a code, what do you mean they send you a code?
They'll send you a code to your phone. They'll text you.
Goes to Broker Bay.
Don't have the app.
That's for
That's for Broker Bay.
if you don't have the app. You have the app though.
So and I'm thinking that you have to read it there, but I'm thinking that if you got to have the app, and then the app's going to have some kind of Bluetooth or something there, it's going to go to the thing, and the Bluetooth's going to tell it to open.
No, I think it's going to be a code. They're going to give you a
It's
code
the
to
code.
go in and you enter the
But
code
it's
on it.
only during the time of your showing.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, it's going to be a code, but in that time window.
you think it's just a code you put in?
Yeah. But it's a different code for each hour.
The code cycles.
So what they're telling me now, so if you're using these Super lock boxes in a condominium, you got in the lockbox room in there, and you're in the basement of the condominium, you're not going to have access to it. So they should send you to a 4. But I don't see any buttons on it.
This thing pops out.
And does what?
It has a keypad on it.
Oh, is a keypad on it?
Yeah.
This might be a different one, but maybe it's new. The ones I've seen have an opening.
Anyways, that just came out this morning. They didn't even have a chance to read it yet. So
I know there's some properties out of town in there. They're pretty common out there where you need to have that, whatever it is that app. It's really kind of annoying for me anymore.
and does it look like this?
And it is linked, and I looked down and said I don't have the app and I have no desire of getting it. So they will send me that code. So I don't know if this is the same idea, but
Actually, I think you're right. I think this new version is just Bluetooth. It's going to be like our Austral door.
I know that if people show ITSO, if they showed stuff in Hamilton and Burlington, I have to sign a special ITSO application for that agent to get temporary access to their system.
You're right. This one is open lockbox. So it's a Bluetooth. The whole thing is going to pop open with the key inside. So this is new technology. Then even beyond the keypad. Either way, it's going to be.
So I think you have to have an app on your phone.
You do have to have an app on your phone, and you're going to have to Bluetooth
the app
enable.
itself is going to open up the
Yeah,
lockbox.
you're right.
So, and if you got no internet or whatever, like in most of the time, like you're in a building, you got.
I don't think they'll do it for condos. They're not there yet. Look at the way the condos are organized right now. They're not at all ready for something like that.
Let's find the one with the red.
Yeah, no, they're gonna have to do something.
So you're walking a room with all these super lock boxes with the key 15, and
You're just going to cross your phone.
Which one all open? That's actually might be easier that way.
True.
It's okay. Just some reminders for your Rico. We had a brand new person join Rico, and this is the first time I've seen where they've done like a welcome to Rico. So it's just good reminders for you guys. You can download or print your Rico certificate from My Web. So remember, the app doesn't work anymore. That's not a service. So you can go into My Rico and you can print it out on a piece of paper or screenshot it and save it on your phone. They're reminding about paying insurance program fees. They're reminding you have access to continuing education, not just for your renewal, but you can actually go into Rico and do some not mandatory courses if you want to go learn something. They do post bulletins. They've got a Tressa explanation on there as well. The Rico information guide they've linked there as well. They're reminding you about the complaints process too. That was kind of it. The main point was just your certificate. If you were using the app and you're relying on that, it's not serviced anymore. So you can print it and download that.
Which if you're new, you need for condos. If you're going to concierge, they're going to ask you for that. So you don't want to be fumbling around. It was way easier with the app, but
Okay, I guess that's all I have.
Okay.
150.
Okay, just two quick things. Okay, I was talking to you guys about what's selling right now. It's the prices. The properties are selling between 800
700.
700. These are the active ones, right? And we're talking last week. I'm aware of somebody who did run an ad in that price range, and they did get 7 inquiries, and they did get 2 appointments.
Nice. On Facebook Marketplace?
Facebook Marketplace. So when I speak, people do it sometimes. It works.
And you've been telling people for a long time to have rentals and
So
sales.
I'm trying to think, like, what did we do in the old days? Okay, what did you do in the old days? You run ads in Toronto Sun, wouldn't you? Resell homes or Toronto Sun, you run ads. So what's replaced resell homes and Toronto Sun? What does replace that? Facebook Marketplace. So run the ads there. And the next thing is, there's no limit, is there? Like you do more than one.
You can sponsor them too, so they show up.
So you could pay money and actually promote it, right? But I'm talking about the free ones right now. So you don't have to do one; you can do 2, 3, right? Or what I also suggested is maybe promote. I don't know what the answer. I don't know if it works or not. But the template would be, hey, look, for a list of properties for $800,000. Please give me a call. I've got this one in South Ajax. I got this one in North Oshawa. I got this one in Markham, whatever it might be, and see if that gets any traction. What else?
That's Craig Proctor style.
It is something on there anyway. So there's something out there that you can do. And you can do more than one. You don't have to sit there, right? So there are things you can do. So that
I used to do a lot of advertising your work, Claire, back in the magazine days and the papers. It worked well. Now it's just up in advertising. It's social media. So regardless, the thought and the ideas are still the same. We're not reinventing anything. You're on a fishing trip here. Give them something that you want them to call you on. And whether that property is still available or sold or Timbuk nowhere, whatever, you have 8 backup properties that you can try and sell them in that 5 minutes you have with them on the phone or on the internet or text messaging or whatever. So that's all.
Yeah, it can be specific. You can say all these places have basement apartments. All these places have legal basement apartments. All these places are bungalows. All these places are semis. I mean, they use something just
there's something that's going to capture their attention, whether it's location or an apartment or price or lake or,
View of Rogers games. Yeah, whatever.
Rico just announced, I don't know if you guys get this, brokers get this or everybody gets this?
I don't think everyone got that, but
Because of iPro and because of Home Life Today and because of Save Max and because of who else out there? Anybody else?
really the main ones.
Anyways, Rico now is going to require the brokers to give their financial statements every year to Rico.
What?
Yep. I had to input our fiscal year end yesterday.
I'm not sure our financial statements. This is financial filings for brokerages. So I'm not sure exactly what that means. I don't know whether it means just the trust account or the actual bank, the general accounts, where else. But they're trying to catch these things beforehand. Right?
What I read is that they're going to ask for the final balance of each account at year end. I think what they're trying to make sure is that you have enough operating and enough in your trust that makes logical sense for your brokerage size.
So they're trying to be proactive with that, right? And the other thing here, I mentioned before that the Toronto Real Estate Board agents, they maxed out around, what did I say, 78,000 at one time? I might be wrong, but
It was 78, 76.
it's 78,000 back in the 21s, 22s. As of January, it's 65,000.
Wow. Good.
That makes sense.
So it's going the right direction.
Still huge though, 65,000 agent.
And those are people on Trebed. So there's still some more that may have parked their licenses that's still with Rico.
This is Trap, that's right. And what's the next week?
Next week's normal week.
Is it? It's not Good Friday?
Not yet.
We have April.
April?
Yeah.
Just another.
April 5th is Monday.
April's starting already?
You think our fees are going to go up next year? Yeah, probably. A lot of them 15,000 members.
Anything
else? Anybody talk about?
I just wanted to show something.
Right.
So I've been talking to you guys for quite some time now about the buyer-seller packages that we have. So they finally arrived. So if you guys are ever going on the seller guides come tomorrow, but the buyer ones are here. But if you guys are meeting with clients and you don't know what to bring to them now, I have full packages ready for you. So they come, these are going to be $25. So the girls will have them all prepared for you, or I'll have them with Nelson, Ginny, we'll have them at Ajax office. But inside of them, it'll come with like a nice folder. You'll get an actual like laminated buyer's guide. So it's not going to be like you printing just at this printer over here. It's not going to have your name or anything on it. They're all just Percy Fulton, just to keep it simple. You're more than welcome to get them printed. You guys all have access to this one. I just printed it on Vistaprint, so you guys can get them printed. But if you're in a pickle and you don't have anything prepared, then you can just pick these up. They'll also have like the stats guide. So if you guys are doing a buyer consultation, you can go through the stats with them. It'll also have like a RICO info guide and a buyer rep agreement. And then if you guys are doing an actual consultation, I'll also put the consultation questionnaire in there too. So if you're sitting in front of a client, now you have all the questions to ask them to, like, if they're looking to buy a home. The seller consultation will be in there too. So it's just at one page. So you guys can now just email us if you guys are like, hey, I need a buyer's guide or a buyer's package or a seller's package. We'll just have these all ready for you. The seller's one will have a seller's guide. It'll have the seller's consultation, but then it also have like the listing package. So like a residential or condo, like listing agreements and all that stuff. And then if you guys want, you can get the girls to, if you email them ahead of time, get the CMA printed. They can probably help you guys get it printed in color if you don't know how. So ahead of time, you can say, hey, can you guys print me a CMA just in color? And then they'll put it in your package for you. And then you guys can now pick it up and go on your appointment. So hopefully that saves you guys some time.
One chance in an email format or something.
I have it in email format. My goal was to get you guys to stop emailing me for it, because a lot of you guys will email me just for these things so you guys can edit it themselves. Now I can just say, go pick up your package with the front desk girls, and it's going to save you guys. But you can definitely customize it. If you already have your seller's guides, you guys can purchase these, just the folder for $450. And then if you want some of the sheets, we email every month. You guys get this emailed to you. So Carly sends it out once a month with the stats brick. So you already have a copy of this if you want to print it. I've also emailed you guys this in the past. You just have to search your emails for consultation checklists, and everything's online. This, all the seller packages, those are also online. So the main thing that you guys are now getting is an actual magazine style buyer and seller guide in a presentation folder. And hopefully that helps you guys from saying, what should I put in my folder? Because I get that all the time. So everything that you need in a buyer seller consultation will be in the folder ready to go. So sorry?
PowerPoint.
No.
Please asking PowerPoint.
If you guys came to my last training session, I let you guys know that the PowerPoint presentations are out, in my opinion. I don't think people are doing those anymore. That's why I'm saying you guys should be going with a more consultation approach, where you're this literally on one page talks about the questions to ask, but then it kind of guides you in what to do. So we'll talk about what price are you hoping for. It'll say, okay, here you're going to go over the CMA. Here's where you talk about what's going on in the market. So you whip up this. Then you talk about your marketing strategy. So this is your PowerPoint presentation in one page. So it's meant to guide you instead of having a little PowerPoint presentation that I don't think sellers really care to sit through anymore. I could be wrong, but
It's available PDF.
yes, it is.
It's available PDF.
Or you can edit it.
Yeah, I think that's
Editable,
the
right?
question, right?
Which part did you want in PowerPoint?
I don't. He meant PDF.
Oh, PDF.
Well, you said PowerPoint, but did you sit there with your clients and do a
No, previously they were actually using PowerPoint presentation.
yeah?
Okay, that will be separate. This is like a guide.
Yeah. So this is just something to bring with you to, because a lot of agents show up with nothing when you guys go to seller buyer presentation. So my goal is to hopefully now you guys have something professional to show up with. I didn't bring it up here with me, but at Century 21, we actually got these really cool swag bags that had Century 21 on it that I thought would be really cute to put your little package in the bag on your presentation. So this is just because I think I get a lot of questions on a Saturday afternoon saying, I'm going on a buyer consultation. What do I bring? And then all of a sudden I'm sending buyer's guide, seller's guides. I got to go to the office, print it, and it becomes a whole 2 hours. So this should save you guys a few hours from having to do that.
And you can use this PDF like a PowerPoint too, right? You can start one page. You can just do it as a presentation.
Yeah. But this is so you have something physically to leave. Because I know a lot of you guys use the seller's guides or buyer's guides, but I think you guys just print it in the rinky dinky
And this is something
printer. This is to be professional.
This is something you leave behind, right?
Yeah, you leave this behind.
My
It's
advice, if they didn't sign a contract, I'm taking it.
fair. Yeah, if they didn't sign it, you can take it. There's another office in Century 21 that does a listing kit in a box. They charge $120 for the box. And yeah, that's been a question too. Like, do you leave the box with them, or you say, hey, you're not signing, I'm taking that with me, right? So this is a more affordable version of that.
I would see that in there too.
Yeah.
I'll put it down. Years ago, we had brag books. Remember that? Yeah. We had brag book, which is like a resume, and it was in a 3-ring binder.
Yeah.
And you'd show all the pictures of the houses, all the happy clients, and all your awards and all your presentations.
That's my ultimate goal. My ultimate goal would for you to have your own brag book. This is for those that don't.
But you wouldn't leave that with your client because
Oh, you bring it.
you just keep it with you.
Yeah.
I really like what their scheme does.
Yeah, they're hard.
Yeah. That would be the step up.
Like every time I go into one of their listings up in Derry, like
Yeah.
it's really nice. I feel like it's a good like
Yeah, very consistent.
And it's definitely stuff you guys can all do, right?
For those people at home, there's companies out there that online will give you hardcover books, right?
Yeah, you can go to Vistaprint, anywhere, Canva.
They'll give you hardcover bound books. All you do is you take that you customize your buyer's presentation and you ask them put it into a hard binder book there, and
Well, you saw the brochure I showed you I picked up from Randy Rodney's list. The
same way, Brian.
Yeah, hardcover.
brochure, like 30 page.
I just remember during COVID, like it was like a box, and then they have a book like with all of their, we sell all this and stuff. But they also had like masks, and I don't remember if it was branded or not, but they had a couple of different things, pens, like
Those were great to go in and just
Just take. All right. So then there's some training this week, guys. So on Wednesday at 10 a.m., Rob Vivian's going to be doing a webinar on how to find clients. So I sent out an email, I think 2 emails last week on it, but that's at 10 a.m. It's a webinar. And then after that at 11 a.m. at the Ajax office, I'm going to host a little bit of a mastermind for whoever wants to come. My goal is to pop up, if you have listings right now that aren't selling, come to this meeting, and I want to do a session in front of everybody where it says, why is my listing not selling? And maybe we can pop your listing up and everyone at the round table can discuss together why it's not selling. And maybe we all come up with like a different price strategy. Maybe it's photos that aren't working well. So that's going to be at the Salem office, mastermind style. I won't be able to record it and put it on YouTube because every time I try to do addresses or CMAs, YouTube just shuts it down. So if you want to come, it's going to be in person only. I'll try to do webinar, but I want it to be more mastermind. So 11 a.m. We're going to be sitting down and just kind of going through, because I think we have a bunch of listings that have been on the market for over 100 days in our brokerage. That is pretty embarrassing, to be honest. So we need to either come up together as a group on why it's not selling, and then maybe it gives you guys some talking points to bring to your sellers after that, and just say, hey, I just had a consult with 20 agents. We all discussed the price. We all think it should be here. So maybe it'll give you guys some confidence to talk to your clients afterwards. Other things, April 2nd, Varant's team's hosting an economic housing forecast. I'll send more info on that. April 7th is awards. So if you I don't know if we've sent the RSVPs out, but are you getting RSVPs for it?
This week again?
This week we'll send out RSVPs. So for April 7th, it's at Parkview Manor still. That'll be our awards ceremony. And then just one more thing that we learned about at conference for our Centurion award level agents. There's a new thing that they've done with a bunch of brokers in the area that are calling it the Centurion Society. So it's a bunch of Centurion agents all over pretty much Canada that are going to be meeting once a month, I think, to host some sort of webinar that's more Centurion like levels, so 250,000 GCI and above. So it's going to be a new program that's going to be meant for our Centurion Award agents. So if you're interested in being part of that, reach out to me, and I think there's a Facebook group and all that for it right now, and then we'll get it. So my training's a little bit more basic. This one will be pushing those agents up a level. I think that's all we have.
Did you guys hear about the USL implementing a change with the commission structure that disclosed full commission on the listing?
Well, they took it away. They took it away eventually. They took the co-op commission.
There's no co-op commission in the States. Or
They're not allowed to advertise.
They're going to disclose the commission charged. That's what they're doing. They're going to charge whatever the commission the agent's charging this client, whatever the contract, that will be disclosed on the listing. So if I go in there and I'm negotiating or something, I'm not sure how it works, but you're trying to negotiate your commission. This guy's getting 5 and I'm getting 1.5 or whatever the case is. I think they want it to be black and white.
A listing side.
I just saw it on social media. I was posting.
I haven't read that
Well, good thing it's in the U.S.
Good. Just a reminder, our fees are increasing April 1st as well. So that will be coming. I'm sorry.
On that topic.
On that topic. And otherwise, when is actually Good Friday now that you said? I think it's earlier this year.
I think it's on the 3rd. 5th is the Monday.
So will we do a meeting on that Monday then? No.
April 3rd is Good Friday, and
So the
the
Monday,
6th
no.
is the
So we still
is
have
the-
one on.
Yeah. We have one more meeting.
2 more actually then. Okay. That'll be the 30th. Oh, yeah. Okay. Want to have listings you want to talk about?
I do, actually.
'Kay.
I do have a them coming up, possibly this week. It's not me. It's in East York,
East York.
lead pole
Okay.
on the towards the south end of Pave Home. Like it's maybe about a block from Danforth. So really good location.
Okay.
It's a semi. It's got parking. It's a good size house. I'm going to say probably 1,100 plus a basement. It's been owned by my client for a long time. It's been rented for a long time, but again, in decent shape. Is it due for rental? Yeah, but it's move-in condition still.
It'll probably could be around 900.
Semi-detached 900 East York. Coming soon.
Yeah, no, it's a good street.
Yep.
And like I said, it's just walking distance to Danport. The subways and everything there, and the shops
Nice.
and restaurants of them.
Okay. Anyone else have anything? No. We'll see you next week. You're okay? Okay. See you next week.